Yeah, I
Makes
did
us
actually.
look like aliens.
Oh, is that what it is?
Where are we at?
We're live and we're on my page.
Your page?
Yeah, the reason we did that is because there's a lot more notifications that go out that way.
Okay.
You know, so it's funny. So we copy the URLs and then
I
paste it
just
all
need to know
over.
where, Nick. Don't need to
Well,
explain.
no, I'm explaining it to Rob.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So how does it? So for me, it tags or I tag
Right?
it.
Yep, you should get a notification.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be patient with us, guys. We're getting everything set up.
I don't see it.
So you should get a notification that you got tagged. Did you?
No.
Oh man, come on.
No. Let's see. Nick Bader.
Yep.
Let's see.
Go to
There's
my.
Nick. There's
Yeah.
Nick.
All right, there we go.
Yeah,
Jeff's
yeah.
live, so he sees it,
Okay, but I got.
and we have sound.
I
But I
don't
don't
be able
see
to
it.
share it now.
All right.
Okay.
Well, while these guys are trying to figure out modern day technology,
It could be forever. I don't get it.
we
What the
do
hell?
this every single week.
Yeah, but it's different. Look, it's over in this little damn thing here. What the hell?
Oh, well, that's
All right.
great. Yeah, and you can even still hear it.
I can't share it though.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
all right.
do. I'm gonna do, and it's I. Shit, I don't want to be saying. I don't want to
This
be
is
giving away
bullshit.
passwords over the.
You're messing with me.
Over the no, I wasn't. I was actually no, I really wasn't actually. I was doing it for myself. I did not log on, but now that I see
Okay.
them down to
Well, all
Start
right.
talking or something.
Okay, all right. I'll start
Okay.
talking while they're still trying to figure out this modern day technology.
Why is it coming up like that?
I have no idea. It's you know what? It's
Nick
great.
Bader.
There it is. All right.
Nick
now.
Bader
Oh,
tags you in a
wow.
post.
Here we go.
There we
Oh
go.
my God! It's a
All right, so now
I have no idea. There's 4 people watching. Those poor 5 people. Hey, look, guys. I'm sorry. Today, these guys are just trying to figure out how it works. And
I
you're in
have
front of
no
the mic.
idea.
Turn the
Hey,
sound down.
I was up late last night watching
Oh, yeah.
the World Series. Okay,
Well, all right. Go Verlander, right?
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
got that right.
congratulations to him.
you got that right. He deserves it.
Yeah, you know,
A lot
I
of
heard
people
the other
don't
day
think
somebody said, "Oh, I don't like Verlander." Well, it wasn't his choice that he got traded.
No, and I don't. Hey, 13 years. Like you said. I mean, that's like you. Hey, we kind of want to get rid of you. You want to go?
Just
Yeah.
always trying to get rid of me.
You know? Do you want to go? No, I think I'll stay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, let's see.
Wait, do you want to go and win a championship, or you want to stay here and rebuild for 5 years?
Yeah, it's going to be
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't blame them. So good for them.
Yeah.
All right, so Insurance Nick this morning with...
Hey, DownriverJeff, boy, you like that, don't you?
I
You just
do,
like that.
man. I love the fact that that is the nickname that stuck. I'll never forget that kid goes, "Hey, there he is, right on the bike, DownriverJeff."
Oh, yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
DownriverJeff.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this morning we were sitting here. Introduce yourself.
Robert Sawyer, president, founder of GILIFT Transportation Companies, and
Part-time comedian.
part-time comedian. Yeah, a lot of comedians out of work.
Yeah.
That's
And,
right.
Done some amateur stand-up, to be honest with you. but,
Gotta
Yeah.
make some old jokes.
yeah. I want to start, though, real quickly and say we're at Elizabeth Perk here in Trenton, one of our
That's
local
right.
businesses.
Yep.
Mark was just here. Mark
Birthday
Hayes
boy.
was here. The birthday boy. So if you have
Yeah, make sure you tag
already,
Mark Hayes. Happy birthday
Right.
to him.
Everybody
Say-
say happy birthday to
say
Mark.
happy. Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
all right. So you said GI Lift, right?
That is
so,
correct.
Now, I think this is a great story. You know, I actually had the opportunity to sit down with Robin and kind of go through a lot of the ideas and the concepts on how it was kind of founded, how quick you've grown, and some of the most recent accomplishments, and your development. Right? You're continuously moving forward.
Come on.
Man, look at this guy.
Sorry
So
about
busy. He doesn't have time
Sorry
to
about
fit
that.
in.
And
for
I thought I
us.
put it on. Yeah.
No, but
Stop
go ahead and
turning my-
explain. I mean, you really have done some great things with your business so far.
We have. It's been an exciting year. We hit our 1-year anniversary December 16th, so we're not even in 1 year. And we all know businesses, you see it every day in the insurance business. So I'm confident that we are onto something big.
And for those that don't understand, what we're talking about in the service that they provide is basically it's a rideshare platform. So explain the service process.
So Uber and Uber, being the first in the industry, created a concept that was already there. It just they enhanced it, put it into a mobile app, and then created drivers with customers. So yes, they found a platform for others to make money, and at the same time for people to get where they need to go. It became competitive with the taxi industry. Any type of mass transportation it became competitive to,
Right.
but they were able to accomplish the one thing, and that's what we've been talking about even before we went live here, is the on-demand economy that we live in.
Right. So you were sitting around one night having a glass of wine.
True.
Right?
All true. All true.
Yeah, right.
All true.
Having a glass of wine and realized, and there was a Groupon or something that popped up.
On Grosse Ile, having a glass of wine, live on Grosse Ile, been there the last 6 years, born and raised in Trenton. I'm sitting on Grosse Ile, and I get 15 minutes of free Lyft service sent to me via T-Mobile. Honestly, and that's, people always laugh at this, but never been a user of Uber or Lyft at this time. Download the app, and of course, what we see all the time on Grosse Ile, not available in 48138. Not available in 48138.
Right.
Okay. So then I went and immediately downloaded Uber, put in my credit card information, set up on their platform, and could not get a vehicle. And then the next thing was to call some of the local companies around, and at this point I was destined to get a car, but I had nowhere to go. I mean, I just wanted.
I can't get a car. I was using that 15.
I was getting a car, and I was going for a ride, and I found out how difficult it was, and that's when I said, "Okay, cool." And as most of us, many of us, not the three of us at the table, but as many though, that would say, "Well, somebody needs to come up with that." I couldn't let it go. I then started to realize that
you were the somebody.
I think I'm the somebody. It wasn't my vision at 46 to go into the transportation business by any means.
Now, that's what I love about you guys, small businesses and everything else. I always tell you, I don't have enough guts and I'm too dumb to start a business. But that's what I say. How many people out there have thought that I need to do this?
Well, you know what?
And he actually did it.
He's right, though. I mean, let's face it. If you go out and you want to have a cocktail or two, right, and you have far too much to lose in this world now, and just that alone, to have that as a resource now in an area that obviously doesn't have a whole lot of transportation, you really, I mean, it's an issue. You really have to be very
he
smart
set
about
up
it.
at Woodhaven Ales for Tails. I mean, that was a good.
I was
deal.
asked to partner up. That was a great thing to be able to do for that. And we actually took care of some of the patrons of that event, who drove themselves there and chose to drive themselves there. We had others that pre-booked with us, but yes, we got people home that had.
That's right.
Had a few more minutes.
Let's just say enjoyed some adult time. And that's fine. We all do it. Right. But then realized they were in a position that they needed to get home, and we were their resource.
And that was great.
And we did it.
So for clarification, you don't just service Grosse Ile.
No. We do service the downriver adjacent communities, Grosse Ile and abroad. So we find ourselves in Trenton, Brownstown, Woodhaven, GIbralter, Rockwood, up north, Wyandotte, Lincoln Park, and forward. So that's
our scene.
That's our niche.
Well,
that's our niche because not only does Grosse Ile not get a lot of these services, downriver in a whole. I mean,
you're right, absolutely. Because I mean, everybody thinks that Michigan stops at Oakland County, right? I mean, that's been the joke for years.
Yeah.
And
south of 8 Mile, forget it. It's not going to happen.
I love how he burst onto the scene. You know, when I first seen it was his videos going to the airport. You know, Downriver and Friends, I'm looking like, who the heck's posting this video? Who's this Robert Sawyer guy posting video? Why do I care if he's driving to the airport?
It makes perfect sense now, doesn't it?
Well, absolutely. So I start watching, you know, I thought, okay.
Right, arrivals, pick up, or drop off.
I keep seeing them in the, you know, advertising in the group. I see him on other pages. Then I met him at Ales for Tails, and like I said, he burst onto the scene, you know. And he's got a product that people want, like you guys were talking about, which I was totally confused with. But I was drinking my black coffee, and no, this on-demand world. You know, I'm still, like you said, we were talking about. I'm still waiting for my Jetsons car.
Yeah, well, that's very true.
Very true.
It's your generation let us down.
But you know, you have to think of, and I'm not by any means, But we're still not done yet, though. I mean,
right. Yeah, we're just coming into our prime.
But by no means am I comparing myself or my entity to an Uber or Lyft. but they created the platform. I then took it to a smaller scale in a smaller area where things aren't. I mean, if you're in San Francisco, you're in LA, if you're in Houston, if you're in New York, you're able to get an Uber like that. Okay, down here you're not able to do that, and that is, and I hope we can talk about that on-demand economy. But my point to that, and thank you for the compliment, but you know, a lot of these great companies, and I'm not going to call myself great yet, but a lot of these building companies started. I mean, the owner of Uber started, the founder of Uber, because he liked to have some cocktails and he wanted to be driven around.
Right, that's how it started.
That was it. That was it.
Yep, went on to a different platform and then opened it up, made it more of a mobile-friendly request.
So it looks like I'm important.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You know what I like about this is, and about a small business, right? You know, I love the Downriver community. It's a very intimate area, right? You do business with somebody that you know, or a referral for somebody that knew of, you know, your operation, whatever the case may be. Now at this point, you know, you hear the stories of individuals or circumstances happening based on drivers. You're not going to have that. I mean, you're sitting here right now with the owner of GILIFT. You have that opportunity to actually put a face, a name. You put yourself out there a lot on social media, which is a big deal, and I really respect that a lot, because it does take a lot to just do this and put your information up and be, I don't know, out there for everybody to see.
Somebody else does that.
Oh no, it's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
You know, for anybody that's looking for that ride share platform, at this point they're going to know their driver. They're going to know who's coming, what the schedule is, you know, what's to expect.
Right.
And that's you now have that relationship that's built.
And I have to go, and I'm sorry, but I have to also, that's where I have to interject. We have 3 other drivers that are part of our team. We're my team members, and they are all amazing friends and women that live on Grosse Ile that have got on board, and they see the vision. They, like myself, though, when we pick up our clients, and we have a lot of regulars for whether it be the airport, whether it be whatever, you know, we're transporting them on demand, taking them down to Wyandotte for dinner and back, taking them to the country club and drop them off. It's your neighbor driving you, and that's the one thing that's differentiate us. Because let's face it, and I don't mean this is not a slant to Uber, because but you have seen a lot of bad publicity from these larger ride shares because of the people. I mean, you remember the incident in Kalamazoo with the gunman. You don't know who you're getting. Now, when you know, people's comfort level of us picking them up, and we get that over and over and over again. Oh, hi, it's you. Well, it's going to continue to be me. You know, that's what
you know, what's good about this is it's also opened up other opportunities, right?
Yes.
You, at this point now, you're filling that void.
Yes.
So you've got GILIFT.
Yes.
Then you've launched just recently is
GIgrub.
GIgrub.
And that was in the original design. You know, once I kept putting GILIFT on the shelf, or whatever it was going to be on the shelf. It's a great idea, but don't have time right now. Business is busy with my other businesses. I'm good. But what I couldn't not. I kept bringing it off the shelf, and this isn't a matter of 3 months.
It dragging you back.
I kept feeling it, and then
I keep getting this pull on my leg.
It is, and then I'm realizing it was going to be a passion, because when it turned into a passion, people say, "Well, driving people around can't be a passion." But where the passion developed is I then realized that we are in, as we know, we are in an on-demand society. Now, we were talking about this heavily. We are in an on-demand economy right now.
Absolutely.
And number one, it's not a bubble. Okay. The economists and people in the forefront of this industry will tell you that in the next 5 years, you will be able to get anything in 60 minutes or less. Okay. Yeah. So, in my original design,
think about that.
Oh, now think about that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You just think
Anything.
about the magnitude to that.
Anything.
I have a story. I'm gonna jump in because we're talking about this on-demand stuff, right? So, my sister-in-law was living in Seattle, and she had to order a pair of pants. She actually ripped her pants at work. Now, this is through Amazon. Paid, I don't know, whatever the service fee was for a rush delivery. In an hour, she had a pair of pants in her size, everything else, delivered right to her work in an hour. And I thought, holy, she said that, and I thought,
that's
no,
scary.
it's 2, 3, 4 business days. I'm thinking, no, I didn't realize that they had the ability to have that kind of delivery mechanism set up. And now you look at this talk about it coming to our community or whatever, it goes to show that people are going to pay for that on-demand need because we don't like to wait.
And
our time is valuable.
Time is valuable.
But not everybody. You
No,
know
no,
what I'm saying? Like,
I understand
people,
that.
yeah, older people are going to be like, well, I want to go to the store. You're putting the businesses, you know, out of business. Like you guys were talking about, it's the world changing. Everybody wants something, and they want it now. Like, you know, Lord, give me patience, and give it to me now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's greatest statement ever.
But the good news is for that audience, I can answer that as well. But I got to go back to your point. Your sister lived in
Seattle,
one of the major hubs, cities
right.
that can get those services.
Right.
We downriver can't always get. We weren't. If she was downriver in Wyandotte,
especially Grosse
Ile, she is not going to get. She is going to type and she is going to get not available in 48138 yet.
Yeah.
And they always say yet, but let's face it. I mean,
it's not available.
It's not going to be. Okay, right. It's not on the map
Why?
to be available
Why
anytime
is that?
soon.
Because of the bridges.
It is. It's accessibility, number one.
Okay.
I know that these larger companies. I'm also on the DDA for Grosse Ile. Got on in the last few months because of how Grosse Ile embraced our business. Yes, I'm from Trenton, born and raised. Moved over after my divorce to Grosse Ile. Looked at it for a different reason of what it was. I looked at it for the serenity, the nature, all of those things. But I then at the same time was seeing the other potentials and opportunities, but disappointed that you found out that not available at 48138, not available on Grosse Ile. So in doing that, and once Grosse Ile embraced, and I digressed, but Grosse Ile embraced us in 11 months in business. Well, our year anniversary is not till December 16th. Grosse Ile embraced this business. Grosse Ile has access to other larger companies in the area, and I have to say this first. When I talk about other companies in the area, Trinity Transportation, Jerry Shepard,
great guy.
Great guy. People all the time, you're a competitor. We're not competitors. We're in two different markets.
Right.
And what I'm doing with the GILIFT model goes far beyond in a different direction, just like Jerry went far beyond in his direction of not only doing taxi service, where it all started for him, but now charter buses, party buses, unique ways of transportation. His school system, getting kids to and from school safely. Those are amazing things, and that's not my wheelhouse. That's not where I'm going. So
there's not going to be a big GILIFT bus?
You're not going to see a GILIFT bus, no. And you're not going to see a GILIFT limousine. And not the model concept. But anyway, I had to mention that because when I say larger companies, that's not one that I'm speaking of. Jerry has built an amazing industry downriver, providing a taxi service, providing transportation opportunities. We have booked. I have used his buses.
AV2222.
Oh, yep, AV22, and then
you can remember that when you were drunk.
It was always easy, 282-2222. So
that's right.
But I had to mention that before because people think that that's the direction. But a year ago, when I finally 16 months ago put this idea into place, the platform was creating an entire on-demand company. So when I was reaching out to the restaurants saying that we're delivering your clients to you, dropping them off to eat, and we're coming back in a few hours when they text us to come get us or call us. But I didn't want to leak, if you will, what I was doing, why I was trying to partner with these restaurants to run their ads and do this and do that. Because I said in my mind, in 1 year we're going to flip it and we're going to add phase 2, which is the on-demand of food. Okay.
So then GI Grub's born.
Grub's born. Okay. So we launched a few months early.
So what restaurants do you service?
So being that I am on Grosse Ile and the business is on Grosse Ile, we're on Grosse Ile right now, obviously, and that's our biggest market share. But as we talk about, this is downriver, and businesses too quickly expand, and we know how that failure happens because they can't fulfill what they're saying that they're going to do. So right now, our restaurants are Lloyds Bar and Grill, Smokies on the water, so the Grosse Ile location, UME Sushi, Hoi Pan, and Oh my goodness, who am I missing?
Well, now you're going to Trenton.
And now we're going to Trenton. We've added Truago's. They launched with us on Tuesday. The reason for Truago's ad is, one, their venue of food, and two, their Grosse Ile residents, and also their have a great Grosse Ile following. So we thought of, again, we have 2 clients in this market, in this game. In this game, moving from GILIFT to GIgrub, we have 2 clients. We have the restaurants. We can't deliver food without having the restaurants on board.
Right.
And then we can't have the restaurants on board if we don't have them to deliver to. So we can't provide 5 pizza venues. We got to be able to provide,
You've got to be methodical about what you're offering and where you're traveling to go ahead and get it. You still have to keep all the food hot and fresh by the time that it gets to.
Perfect scenario is drop a couple off for dinner and grab that dinner and take it to another couple.
Well, right, and that's exactly right.
Exactly.
Why wouldn't you, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we forgot to do something, Nick. We forgot to congratulate him and thank him for loading that truck.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're right.
Houston.
That was probably one of the biggest things that really got my attention was the Houston truck, where you really spearheaded filling up a truck full of resources and items for those that were hit with a hurricane down in Houston. And if you didn't see that, go check his page out. There's a lot of different posts that was out there. I really thought that was amazing. And being in a downriver community, in a tight community at that, right? Your population is much less than one of the bigger cities in the area, and yet everybody got behind you. That, again, was an amazing accomplishment. You guys were able to team up with a delivery system, right? A company that delivered that truck.
So if you're going there, I got it. Yeah, I got credit where credit's due. So it is the Grosse Ile Bridge to Texas. Jane Pouchet, a friend of mine who also lives on the island, 30-year real estate agent, works at Real Estate One. Her and I were having breakfast and at Kathy's, at our local restaurant, and she had watched the news the night before and said, gosh, wouldn't it be cool to do something for Texas? And I said, well, then why are we talking about it? Well, somebody should do that. This time I did it without a glass of wine, though, so it was a little different.
What's great is I've seen so many, I can't even count how many, you did it, Downriver for Veterans did it, along with the community.
It just talks about the love that we have as a community, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's a big deal. The care and compassion we have for another human being. Doesn't matter if we know them or don't. I love when we can do something unconditionally for somebody else and never meet them, never see them, never talk to them, never shake their hand, never expect anything in return.
I see it every day.
I know you do, but it's never to expect anything in return.
Absolutely.
Just to take care of something.
When we did this, and I have to give one last to Leanne Frederick at Northfield Trucking, and that's huge. And the reason is because in 2 hours we had the idea written down. I'd contacted Houston. I found out who to work with down there, how we were going to do this, I contacted Grosse Ile and said, this is what we want to do. Everybody was on board, but you got to get it down there. And Northfield Trucking, we reached out. I literally just started making phone calls, and they were the ones that partnered up and said, we'll get a truck down there. I mean, they endured the expense as a business to get it down there. But also, to your note, too, though, I believed that Grosse Ile would get behind, and I wanted to put Grosse Ile on the map. I wanted people to see. I am infatuated with Grosse Ile. I am impressed, infatuated, not because they just embraced my business, but that's the reason I got on the DDA, to help other businesses, because people believe a business can't be successful on Grosse Ile, and I don't believe that. I know that there are only 2 ways on and 2 ways off, but I believe that you can start and own a business on Grosse Ile. You have to just find a way to bring them over there.
Right.
But lastly, on the Grosse Ile Bridge to Texas, that was not a one-time event. We are getting ready to launch our next, because here's what happens, and please pardon the analogy to this. We go to funerals all the time. A loved one, someone we know, passes away.
Yep.
We take them food.
Right.
We are there. We hold their hand. We do all that. But then
2 weeks later,
we don't see them.
The calls stop.
The calls stop. That person's now alone. It's nature. Now we can't take. Somehow we're able to take a Thursday off anytime we need to for a funeral. No matter where we do, what we're at, we're able to be there. But then after that, we can't take the time out for that person. We can't do that.
Yep.
At the day of September 9th, when we did that event, Florida was happening at that time, and people were saying, "Is any of this going to Florida?" Well, you've already forgotten about Texas, and that was not being disrespectful to people that were donating, but Texas was already being forgotten.
That also comes with the on-demand society, right?
Exactly.
We also process
Okay, now we need to do
based
that.
on what's the most recent event that has
And this is the next one coming.
Right.
So very clear to that. If I can plug that, we're not done yet with that. That was originally established because this coming month we're starting a new one. We're staying on board with Texas. So we have a 12-month commitment we've made to ourselves and beyond if it happens. But we are doing a project. We'll be launching it this coming weekend. We'll keep you informed.
So put the in the comments below,
Right.
on top of this. And
Yes,
Yeah,
we are
put
not done
that-
with it.
put
We
all
are
your
going to
information.
continue and do this for 12 months.
So now you got GILIFT, you got GI Grub, you got anything else? GI.
We do.
G.I. Joe?
So we got.
G.I.
So
Joe.
we got a lot. So the second thing we launched, as I said, the food delivery. So just to be very clear on that, right now we're only on Grosse Ile, and what we're doing is we are partnered with the 5 restaurants. And what you do is you simply make the call to the restaurant, you place your order, and then they dispatch us, and we're getting the food there instantly. The costs that endure to a restaurant to provide delivery, and the having an employee being able to do it. Hoypan, been in business 26 years, never offered delivery service. They're now putting our brochure in the bag, and now people are getting their food under 30 minutes. And delivered to them, and it's as hot as it was if it was there, and they didn't have to leave their house to do it. It goes back to that on-demand society and on-demand economy.
Well, you create the time savings for the individual that did place the order
At a next to nothing cost, and I will say the cost because it's on the brochure. It's $5. For $5, anywhere on the island, we're going to deliver your food. We're going to bring it to you. We're going to package it correctly. We've done taken all those steps,
Right.
but we're bringing it to you to your doorstep, and it's again your neighbor's doing it. Okay, it's myself and my 3 team members, and we're doing it.
I can't get my neighbors to talk to me.
That's for a different reason.
But I have to
hot tub. It's for the hot tub.
But I have to say,
Hey, they shouldn't have looked.
Grosse Ile's embracing this business as well, and at the same time, when I show up, we're taking that delivery boy, no offense, concept, but we're not looked at as that. And I don't want to get social and everything.
But it's nice when you just
when
know
we
who's
go
gonna
to
be
the
delivering
door.
your food, right? I mean, it's what it comes down to. When you open the door, it's a friendly face that you already can relate to, you can connect with, that you already know, and that's a big deal.
1 month in
And
business.
trust, and that's one of the biggest things today
Right.
is the trust. Yeah, because everybody's afraid to answer their door nowadays.
1 month in
You know,
business.
with good reason.
Exactly. Oh, with very good reason.
Very
1
good.
month in business. Those folks have then said, when I go to the door, even as of last night, they say 2 things. Oh, you're the guy on the Facebook commercials, and I said, well, you really need to find something better to do, okay? Because there are much better programming out there
That's
than
better
me.
than what they say to me. when they recognize me.
There's many better things to do than watch me, but they recognize me. But the second thing is come in, okay? Now I don't know, but when we order things, we don't always let that person in.
Exactly.
Come bring it and set it in the kitchen.
No,
exactly.
Let me give you your card. Let me do this. So very quickly, GI Grub,
Yeah.
you call the restaurants directly. You place the order. They call us. We bring it.
Yeah,
To your question, is there anything else coming? December 16th, we launched our third, which rounds off our business for on demand, and that is called GI Hop. And GI Hop is going to be your personal assistant concierge service. And what that will be, and I don't want people to think of concierge and think of an elitist status for that. We are, as you said, we are duplicating ourselves with this business. We are going to be able to help the consumer duplicate. Because again, Grosse Ile and the Downriver area can't get these kind of services.
What is the service?
The service is, you will call us. You will say we need, well, I'll make it easy. You'll need lunch picked up. We'll do that. But maybe it's not from one of our restaurants. We need a package delivered. We need someone to come sit at our house because the cable company is coming between 12 and 3. And you trust us because we're your neighbors, so that you're allowing us to be in your home.
Yeah.
We need our dog walk today. We need to get our prescriptions picked up. We need you to go to Kroger, because I'm sorry.
I could use another cup.
I'll get it right now. So we will do that. We need you to. It could be the simplest of errands, simplest of tasks. However, in this on-demand economy, it is out there, and in any other city, like your sister in Seattle, can get that information. So what our business model is bringing to Grosse Ile first what nobody else is doing, because all the other bigs out there.
It's your pilot platform. You work out all your bugs in a small, tight-knit community, and then figure out how you can roll it out and scale it.
Yeah, you got to make that clear. It's not just for Grosse Ile.
Right. No, it's a pilot point. Exactly. It's a pilot point because it is a controlled environment, right? So you want to make sure that you have that. Make sure you work out all the bugs before you grow in advance. So, hey, it's a big deal. And, we talk about being able to duplicate our time, right? Time, it's quick. It's fast. We're losing it every day, and it's what is it? It's the only non-renewable resource we have in this world is time. I mean, Father Time wins. He's a heavyweight, undisputed champion of the world, and he wins.
Mother Nature gives him a good fight,
but doesn't stop time. And because of that, it's nice to be able to have a trusted resource that you can go ahead and take necessary but frivolous errands, right? Necessary errands, but maybe something that you can just entrust to somebody else to go do for you, because your time's very valuable, and you want to be able to spend it and invest your time wisely to the individuals that you want, at your family, inside your four walls, or
you may not be able to get out. And now to point to one thing you mentioned with generations that say they want to see the business stay local, this and that. Keeping in mind, first of all, the first platform of GI Hop is services that we within our company can handle.
Right.
But we will also be delivering and providing services that are out of our wheelhouse, but will be networked with local companies. So when someone says, and we were talking about this earlier, you can click on an app and get anything under 60 minutes in most communities.
Right.
But on Grosse Ile, what if you wanted?
Take it 4 days.
What if you wanted a massage within an hour? We talked about that. Well, I'm not going to go give you the massage. Well, I can't say I would, but for the most part, I'm not going to be the one doing it.
I can say you're not.
Okay. You say that, Jeff. But we are going to network with other companies and say, would you jump on board for this? And I know that others have already contacted us and said, we want to be a part of this. So we will be partnering with the local business service companies, food industries, all those markets,
and it's kind of rounding out that resource center. It's connecting the businesses to each other, figuring out how to outsource their service or their labor into your services that are provided. So therefore, you can, to the consumer, they get obviously an end goal.
So now, do you have one website, one Facebook page that we can link to this video?
So it's not up yet. All three are up: GI Hop, GILIFT, and GI Grub. And if you go to any one of them, it'll click over. You can click between the pages. But 48138now.com is the one that you will have as a resource for all three services.
Well, there you
go. 48138now.com is the one that you'll have to be able to go and link to all of our companies, link to our network, and go from there.
So I'm going to recap here as we're going to finish up. Now, it's not just about somebody that needs a ride home from the bar or the restaurant, which obviously you have the ability to do that. But this morning, Jeff and I were sitting here with Rob, and we actually watched an order of service come down.
That's right.
From
the birthday boy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But Rob scheduled some time frame to, do a drop-off and a pickup to the airport.
Yep.
And again, that's another service that's provided for individuals from the downriver community, that you don't have to pay for the parking or the storage of your vehicle for 5, 7, 10 days, which obviously that can get very expensive.
You don't have to find somebody to take it.
Right, and you also have a local resident that puts himself out there from a business standpoint, that you don't have to worry about who's going to pick you up and drop you off. And that's, again, another resource.
And if I can it's also the ease of doing business. Many are asking us, why don't we have an app? Why don't we have an app? Why don't we have an app? The answer to that is we still like the personal touch. You can call our number on a Sunday and we're going to answer the phone. You can text us your flight information and we're going to send you a confirmation. You can go to our website and fill out the form and submit it, and it's not going to be an auto response. It's going to be one of our team members or myself looking at it,
so you can
sending
confirm
it to
that
them,
they've received
confirming it. But we're keeping the app out of it right now because we still like that one-on-one. So yes, as Mark, again, the owner of Elizabeth Herc, who allowed us to, invited us to have this here, and a friend of mine said to me, I want to go to the airport. Well, he doesn't have time to go, and again, this on-demand, he doesn't have time. He's a very busy man. He doesn't have time to probably sit down and fill out that form.
Right.
But with the comfort level he has, he's going to send a text. I'm going to have it today with his flight information when he wants to be picked up. I'm going to then send it back to him, make sure he typed everything, gave me the exact times, flight numbers, that. Going to send it back. He's booked. He's done.
Right.
That's it.
Yep.
Okay? No waiting on the phone, no this, no that.
No,
so
yes, that's a good deal, and that's people just need to know the services that are provided.
Yes.
I think that's amazing. So,
Yes.
Well, congratulations on your 11 months in business.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the pretty remarkable accomplishments that you have, not from a business standpoint, even from personal, and reaching out bridge to Houston or bridge to Texas.
Grosse Ile bridge to Texas.
I think that's a great addition to the Downriver community, and congratulations.
I thank you. If there's only one message I can leave with, is that we're only getting started. We're only getting started.
I can see the squirrel running.
We're only getting started. We are only getting started. Absolutely.
He's like you. You guys always got something going.
Well,
we both said well at the same time. It's just what happens.
But I have to thank Nick, yes, a friend, to come and do this, and Jeff, and come in the morning and do this. But again, you see things that I via social media say to you about you and promote you and Jeff and being involved with the Ales for Tales and all those different things. So it's a secular, and we do it, like you said, not for instant gratification. We may never see the person, the dog, the senior, the this, that. And I have to say, and I'm not going to brag about that. We said end, but I'll end with this too. Behind the scenes, there is a lot we are doing for our community. But the Book of Matthew, I'm not. We don't brag. I'm not going to say. But those clients out there know who they are, and if people need help, we also. And I don't just mean going to Texas. I mean our Grosse Ile residents, our Downriver residents that need transportation. Let's say that can't afford it, the cost they can. We can't. I mean, we're all in business to make profit, and that's what it's about. But you can't do that without doing good and helping. So we're also out there doing that. And we're doing a lot behind the scenes. And I will pat my team on the back for that. And I have to again say, Kim, Jane, Jerry, my 3 team members, this company would not be where it's at in the 12 months if it wasn't for them.
So it's a big deal. You guys, you want to say something?
No.
No, you're good?
No, I'm good.
You got nothing?
Okay.
You're good?
I'll buy you another coffee.
You guys wore me out.
I know, right? It's all this thinking. Too much for Jeff. He's going to go home and take a nap.
That's right.
We're going to go to work. He's going to take a nap.
GILIFT.com, GIgrub.com, GIHop.com.
So like the pages, we're going to have all the comments below. We're going to put everybody's page in there. But on top of it, if you got a business that's out there and you want to be featured on this, let us know. Get on a contact. Get on our schedule. We have it filling up. I think we get the next 2 weeks pretty much booked.
Yeah.
But again, reach out to us, and we'd love to showcase your business in the Downriver community. We'll see you guys.
Right.
Thank you, Downriver friends. Thank you.
Pretty soon it'll be GI everything.
Yeah.